Russia breaking news. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene supports Tucker Carlson interviewing Putin amid claims he is in Moscow. The notion of Tucker Carlson interviewing Vladimir Putin was defended by Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. The former Fox News host reportedly just touched down in Moscow, according to a Russian Telegram channel. Defending Putin and repeating Kremlin talking points are Carlson's specialties. Amid reports that the former Fox News personality is now in Moscow, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene praised the idea of Tucker Carlson interviewing Russian President Vladimir Putin. According to Russian Telegram channel MASH, Carlson was observed in Moscow in the audience at the world-famous Bolshoi Theater. Reports that Carlson is currently in Russia have led many to believe that he may have an interview with Vladimir Putin, who has been almost banished from international attention since his invasion of Ukraine, which was completely unprovoked. Democrats and their propagandists in the media are spasming at the prospect of Tucker Carlson interviewing Putin. Greene commented on X. Representative from Georgia stated, "They hate when someone like Tucker goes off script. We have a free press in this country, and it's people like Tucker Carlson who we depend on to speak the truth." In a prior interview, Carlson claimed that the U.S. government had prevented him from interviewing the Russian leader, despite his defense of Putin and emulation of Kremlin talking points. This occurred last year, accusing the West of instigating the invasion following Ukraine's admission to NATO. He has been a vehement critic of U.S. backing for the Ukrainian government. Russian propagandists frequently bring up Carlson on television. In the 7 days following the invasion, memoranda leaked from the Kremlin directed Russian state media to air as much as possible fragments of broadcasts of the popular Fox News host Tucker Carlson. He departed from Fox News in April of last year and has been presenting his show online ever since. MASH states that Carlson's first visit to Russia occurred on February 1 when he landed in the country's capital after a flight via Istanbul. Whether he intends to meet with or interview Putin while in Russia is still up for debate. A comment request from Business Insider, made outside of usual business hours, was not immediately responded to by Carlson representatives. Pictures surfaced showing Tucker Carlson in Russia, prompting comparisons to Jane Fonda, one of the most influential American presenters. A photo purportedly showing Mr. Carlson at the Bolshoi Theater in Moscow for a performance of Spartacus sparked rumors that he was interviewing Russian President Vladimir Putin after it was circulated by Russian media. Regarding Putin and Russia, Mr. Carlson has voiced his sympathies. "I didn't like Jane Fonda going to Hanoi in 1972, and I don't like Tucker Carlson going to Moscow in 2024, commented Bill Kristol, a former chief of staff to the Vice President of the United States during the Reagan administration, in reference to the dubious pictures. When American soldiers were fighting communist forces in Vietnam, Fonda was photographed posing on a North Vietnamese anti-aircraft gun. The incident led to her being dubbed Hanoi Jane and accusations that she showed support for an enemy of the United States. Mr. Kristol proposed that Mr. Carlson be temporarily barred from returning to the United States. To get our nation's lawmakers to understand what's happening, he suggested, maybe we need a total and complete shutdown of Tucker Carlson re-entering the United States. The speculation that political analyst and former Fox News presenter Tucker Carlson would be the first Western journalist to interview the president of Russia since Russia's invasion of Ukraine was stoked when an image of him was shared online, purportedly taken at Istanbul airport during a layover. Rumor has it that Carlson is reportedly in talks to create a new show with Russian state television, which could explain the possible visit. As a significant personality in U.S. media, especially on the right, Mr. Carlson was close to Donald Trump and is now widely recognized. At a time when Joe Biden is advocating for increased funding and weaponry for Ukraine, Democrats are likely to be concerned about any association with Russia, and he is known to be favorable to Putin. Carlson Tucker prior to its cancellation in April 2023 due to a defamation lawsuit. Tonight was the most watched cable news program in the United States. The host has now moved his show to Twitter, where his controversial conversations with people like Andrew Tate and Hungary's Prime Minister Viktor Orban have amassed millions of viewers. In the summer, state television advertisements featuring a montage of Mr. Carlson frequently mentioning Russia and promising that the high-profile American presenter is moving to another level started circulating. leading to rumors of a partnership with Russia. This is it, the state-run media in Russia greatly favor Mr. Carlson. He was invited to come join us by Russia One anchor Vladimir Solovyov following his exit from Fox News. Whether Carlson will be among those who will be considered for an interview, well, let's wait and see, Putin's press secretary Dmitry Peskov said in September, adding that he believes the time will come for Western journalists to interview the Russian president, extremely dim-witted or purposefully wicked according to British businessman and staunch Putin critic Bill Browder. Tucker Carlson, an American citizen and influencer, is in Moscow? As Russia conducts a genocidal war to eliminate Ukrainians and Putin is wanted for crimes against humanity by the ICC. He is either intentionally wicked or incredibly dim-witted. Just one more reason. The trip to Moscow by Mr. Carlson has received some positive feedback from Republicans. The possibility of Tucker Carlson interviewing Putin has Democrats and their propagandists in the media spasming, according to social media post by Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, the eldest son of former U.S. President Donald Trump Jr., made the announcement in January that Mr. Carlson was a contender to be his father's running mate in the U.S. presidential election of 2024. I mean, they're really cordial, and I get the impression that they share almost all of these views. They are in complete agreement that the battles must end. That is why I hope it comes to fruition. Trump Jr. remarked in an interview with Newsmax that it would definitely be a competitor. Russian Telegram channel MASH reports that following a 3-day visit to Moscow, Mr. Carlson was photographed visiting the Bolshoi Theater on his way to Moscow from Istanbul. He was earlier photographed during a layover.